All right, everyone. We are live. Oh man. Yeah. All right. I hope everybody's doing good. Boom. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to rumble. Let's get it on. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all are still, why are y'all still up? Why are y'all still up? Why are y'all still up? I just watched your video on mortgage fraud with Band. Why are y'all still up, man? Why are y'all still up? 993 5238. Okay. Why are y'all still up? Somebody talk to me. Why are y'all still up? All right, you in California election. How's the election going? Whoever you're, however, I hope whoever you voted for is winning. Yeah. All right. So I hope whoever you voted for is winning. But what we're gonna talk about tonight is, guys, I'm gonna show you a case law. I'm gonna go over a case law. It's only 8:26 p.m. in Washington State. Oh wow, wow! Some of y'all are living the good life. But let me hold on one second. Instagram. Let me get this tablet together so the battery don't die on me. Let me just get this tablet together. Let me get the charger. All right. So I came across a lawsuit, right? I came across a lawsuit, and in this lawsuit, do you guys remember when I spoke about usury laws? I spoke about state usury laws. Who remembers when I was breaking down state usury law? Who remembers when I broke down state usury law? Right? So this is what happened. The CFPB caught a company. The company is called Think Finance or Think Finance, right? And this company, the CFPB did a lawsuit for 384 million. 384 million. Hey bro, I just got a close account on my consumer report. It's a Saks card which I've paid off. How can I remove it off my report? Just come to the thing next week. Remember, the challenge starts next week. The challenge is next week, guys. So for those of you that don't know, the 5 day credit repair challenge starts next week. All right, the 5 day credit repair challenge starts next week. So make sure that you have your tickets. If you don't have your tickets, make sure that you get them. So you can, if you're on Instagram, you can comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. The 5 day challenge goes down. It starts on Monday. So we'll be doing 5 days off credit repair next week on the challenge. So if you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, I am going to send you the link for the 5 day challenge. All right, cool. So let me get that to y'all. All right, boom. So let's go back to this lawsuit now, and I'm going to go in more details on the on our challenge next week. But let me give you guys some perspective. I'm gonna give you guys some perspective. So the CFPB is compensating consumers who it alleged were deceived by Think Finance LLC into repaying loans they did not legally owe. Into paying loans that they did not legally owe. Let's find out about why they didn't legally owe this loan. Think Finance LLC made false demands and illegally took money from consumers' bank accounts for debts that were not owed under laws in 17 states. Now, let me break this down to you. The company is collecting on debts they do not legally owe because these debts violate the state usury law. I hope everybody's following me. If debt violates your state usury law, it's right here from the CFPB. So the CFPB says in 17 states, according to the CFPB. So I'm going to read through the whole report now so you guys can get it. The CFPB is compensating customers or consumers who it alleged were deceived by Think Finance LLC into repaying loans that they did not legally owe. Think Finance LLC made false demands and illegally took money from consumers' bank accounts for debts that were not owed under laws in 17 states. A person that does not know their rights have no rights. I keep telling you guys, you must know your consumer laws. It's important that you know your consumer laws. Why is this important? There was a usury law violation, and based on these 17 states, the usury law violation canceled the debt. The usury law canceled the debt because they were in excess of the state usury law. The CFPB says they made false demands and illegally took money from consumers' bank accounts for debts that were not owed under laws in 17 states. Now, on the challenge, I'll be telling you guys what those 17 states are, right? So many states have laws saying that loans and other types of credit are invalid if the interest rates are higher than what the state allows. That is called usury law, right? Many states have laws saying that loans and other types of credit are invalid. Loans and other types of credit are invalid. I hope somebody's hearing me. Did somebody hear? Did anyone hear what I just said? Did anyone hear the words coming out of my mouth? Did anyone hear the words coming out of my mouth? Okay, I'm going to say it again. Many states have laws saying that loans and other types of credit are invalid if the interest rates are higher than what the state allows. That is your state usury law. If credit and interest rates are above your state usury law, 17 states, those particular debts are invalid. Those debts are invalid, meaning you don't legally owe these debts. So I'm going to be breaking this down more on the 5-day challenge next week. So for those of you that have not signed up for the 5-day challenge, you might want to be there. You might want to be there. I'm going to say this again. You might want to be on the challenge next week. So if you're on Instagram, you need to comment the word challenge. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to drop the link and I'll be giving out the strategy next week for this. Now, this is what they're saying. Many states have laws saying that loans and other types of credit are invalid if the interest rates are higher than what the state allows. or if a lender is not properly licensed to conduct business in that state. All right. The CFPB alleged that Think Finance demanded payment from consumers even when consumers didn't owe those payments because the interest rates the lenders charge were high enough to violate these laws in some states where they did business or because lenders did not have proper license to lend or collect in certain states. In addition, the CFPB alleged that Ting Finance made electronic withdrawals from consumers' bank accounts or called or sent letters to consumers demanding payment for debts that the consumers were under no legal obligation to pay. Hey, I did the 7 days TransUnion sweep through CFPB. However, the response saying my information was also entered into the consumer Sentinel Network database managed by the FTC and law enforcement. Didn't I tell y'all to stop doing credit sweeps? Guys, how many times am I going to say this? Do not do these credit sweeps. It's going to hurt you in the long run. The things that they're telling you to do for these credit sweeps, guys, are illegal. Don't do these credit sweeps. If you hear these gurus online talking about credit sweeps, leave it alone. Do not participate in no credit sweep. Don't do it. It is not worth it. Because now it sounds like you're going to be investigated by law enforcement. Oh, man, that one's crazy. So, guys, what you need to understand, we're gonna dive into the action a little bit. So let's dive into it. So in November 2017, the CFPB filed a lawsuit against Ting Finance and 6 of its subsidiaries for engaging in unfair, deceptive, and abusive acts and practices that violated the Consumer Financial Protection Act. Ting Finance, working with other companies, offered and serviced lines of credit and installment loans over the internet to customers through the United States. The CFPB's lawsuit alleged that Ting Finance or one of its subsidiaries illegally collected loans that were completely or partially void under the law in 17 states. A person that do not know their rights have no rights. You need to learn what laws protect you. You need to know the consumer laws that protect you. If you are in a state and you are paying interest rates higher than what your state allows, on the challenge, I will give these 17 states. I'm not going to give them on here. On the challenge, I will list the 17 states that if the interest rate is higher than those state usury law, the debt is null and void. I'm going to say this again. Next week on our 5-day challenge, I'll be showing you guys how you can use the usury law to void debts. All right. So what this is saying is that we have a case law too. So we have the case law, so there's no going around it. The CFPB lawsuit alleged that Ting Finance or one of its subsidiaries illegally collected loans that were completely or partially void under the state law. If you are paying interest rate on a credit card or an installment loan or any type of loan, and it exceeds your state usury law, that loan is invalid. The loan is invalid, guys. The loan is invalid, meaning you do not legally owe the debt. If the interest rate in that you're paying, and I'm going, like I said, I'm going to give these 17 states on my the 5-day challenge next week. But if you're paying on a loan lines of credit or other forms of credit that was extended to you, and the interest rate is higher, the interest rate is higher than what your state allows, you do not legally owe the debt. There's a case law, it's right here. All right, so just something for you guys to think about. Make sure you're in the room next week because I will be giving out this information next week. Next week is when I'll be giving out this information on the 5-day challenge. So if you're not on the 5-day challenge, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, do what works for you, but it is what it is. All right. So now I'm going to get back to where is it? All right. So I got a few emails, and in the emails, I got 100 questions, right? So I'm going to answer 10 of these questions tonight. So basically, a debt collector said they'd take me to court for an old debt. And what I realized that was happening with the consumer, with the person that sent me the email, is they feared lawsuit. They feared being sued. But most of you don't know that some old debts, if not most old debts have passed the statute of limitations, and a debt collector cannot legally sue you. They can't, especially if the debt has passed the statute of limitations. The second question I got was errors on my credit report has cost me job opportunities. Guys, whether you want to believe it or not, this is a real fact. Inaccurate information on your credit can be the difference between you making a multiple six or getting a multiple six-figure job and you being on unemployment. The information on your consumer report must be accurate, and you need to enforce that. I never knew I could challenge credit bureaus legally. Well, there is no such thing as a credit bureau, right? And yes, you can challenge any item of information that is on your credit that you believe is incomplete or inaccurate. This is the law. The law gives the consumer the right to challenge any item of information on the consumer report that the consumer believes is inaccurate or incomplete. All right. The fourth question I got was a creditor keeps reporting different balances on the same account. Now, when it comes to inconsistent reporting, guys, inconsistent reporting, that could be a reason why you get an account deleted. Inaccurate information and inconsistencies between reporting is a breach, or should I say a violation of 15 USC 1681A, reporting of accurate information, and 15 USC 1681 EB, right? So accuracy of the consumer report. So these are all things that you can use. All right. 14. Let me see now. My family member used my credit. Now my credit score is ruined. That is called identity theft. If someone used a credit card, lines of credit, extensions of credit, used your information to open up lines of credit, it is identity theft. If someone used an identification of you knowingly without a permissible purpose, that is identity theft. So what just happened is you experienced identity theft, and a member of your family did it. Okay? All right, the sixth question that I had. Student loans are hurting my credit even after years of payment. Guys, student loans. First of all, student loans are not supposed to be on your credit. I'm going to say this again. Student loans are not supposed to be on your credit. It's not supposed to be there. I'll be going over the letter that you're going to use next week to get student loans deleted off your credit. The second thing is Navient. Navient is banned from collecting any federal student loan. They can't service it, they can't collect it, they can't use it. Meaning, if you have Navient reporting on your credit, you can get that student loans deleted. That's the most common identity theft is from family members. Marsha, well, go on. You're absolutely right. Identity theft from family members is more, it's like, it's so common and people think it's okay. It's not okay. Your family has access to your information. Oh, they pop up at the house, they come. Next thing you know, a mail is missing. Next thing you know, you got a brand new credit card on your account that you have no idea about. Your family stole your identity. All right. The seventh question that I got, I sent dispute letters, but no one responded. Lack of response from a consumer reporting agency. Guys, did you know that when a consumer reporting agency does not respond to you, that's one of the best things that they could do for you? What's the best way to clean your credit? Would you say factual disputing? I would not say factual disputing because factual disputing, there's nothing substantial about factual disputing. Consumer law is the best way to delete items from your credit. And you can get paid. You can get a bag. You can get multi 6, 7 figure lawsuits from consumer law. So I'm going to say this again. The best and most effective way to clean your credit is consumer laws. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. All right. So what I was saying earlier is, well, I can see how if you don't know consumer laws, my lashes, guys, they be going into my eyes sometimes. I can see how if you don't know consumer laws, why you would freak out if you send a dispute letter and a consumer reporting agency does not respond to you. Let me make this very clear. A consumer reporting agency has 30 days to complete their investigation. If the investigation if the investigation is not done in 30 days and the item cannot be verified, the item must be deleted. So for those of you that send out dispute letters and you don't get a response, the only thing missing, guys, you don't have the strategy. You can get paid from the consumer reporting agencies not responding to your dispute. And I know somebody in here is going to say, that's not true, Daraine. How do you get paid? Well, you're not in my course. That's why you don't know. Is there a letter on your website to, yes, it's called account removal letter. So when you go on the website, go to the search bar, and in the search bar, you type in account deletion letter. Account deletion letter. That's the letter that you need to delete a closed account. It's called the account deletion letter. All right. The eighth question that I got is a creditor reported a late payment that I actually paid on time. All right. The website is DaraineDelevante.com. If you, I did that and nothing came up. Well, all right. Let's see. Let's go to DaraineDelevante.com. The website is called DaraineDelevante.com, guys. So it's DaraineDelevante. DaraineDelevante.com. So when you go to DaraineDelevante.com and you go to store, you have to go to store. Guys, when you're on the website, you got to just play around with it, right? If you see the word store, it means that, something might be over there. So when you go to store, that's where the dispute letters are. So you go to store, and after you go to store, all you got to do in the search bar is type in account, ACCOUNT. When you type in account, the account deletion letters will pop right up. So, guys, when you go to DaraineDelevante.com, you have to go to store. Like, you're going to see tabs at the top. You're going to see about, you're going to see store, you're going to see events. Go to store, go to DaraineDelevante.com, and then you go to store. And when you go to store, it's going to bring you to where the dispute letters are. In the search bar, just type in account, and the account deletion letter is going to pop up. I just did it. All right, so there's a $384 million lawsuit, guys. It's a usury law violation. That's a big violation. So CFPB definitely won a big one for consumers. 384 million. That's a big win. 384 million. That's a big win. I'm going to say it again. 384 million is a big win for state usury law violation. Come on, guys. Come on. Let me see Metro 2 do that. Right? Yep, DaraineDelevante.com. Thank you, Marsha. Copy and paste it right in your browser, and you get it. It's right there. So what do we learn from this? Well, there's a few things. There's a few lessons to be learned here. The first lesson is this. If you're a part of these 17 states, if you are in any of these 17 states, and you are paying excess in usury law, meaning that you're paying interest rate higher than what your state allows, the interest that you're paying or that account is not you don't legally owe the debt. It's literally right here inside of the case law. It says the CFPB is compensating consumers who it alleged were deceived by Ting Finance LLC into repaying loans they did not legally owe. If the interest rate is higher than your state usury, you do not legally owe the debt. And I'll be giving out the 17 states where if your interest rate is higher, so if the interest rate is higher than your state usury, you do not legally owe the debt or line of credit. This is law, ladies and gentlemen. If the interest rate is higher than your state, if you are paying interest rate that is higher than the maximum allowed for your state, you do not legally owe this debt. This is law. I wish I could make this stuff up, but I'm not. It is right here. The case law is right here. There's a lot of people and you're paying interest rates and you don't even know what your state usury law allows. You do not know what your state usury law maximum interest rate is. Because you don't know that, you are paying higher interest rates. You are paying interest rates excess of the state. And what the law says, and the case law says, and the lawsuit says, is that if you are paying interest rates higher than what your state allows, you do not legally owe the debt. You don't. It is a case law. Call all your credit repair guru friends. Have them come say something to me. All right. And on the challenge, I'm going to be giving out these 17 states that if the interest rate is higher than what the state maximum law allows, you do not legally owe this debt. All right. So I'll be doing that. For those of you that are just joining, the 5 day challenge starts on Monday. The 5 day challenge starts on Monday. So if you're on Instagram, just comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge if you're on Instagram. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, I am going to send you this link for you to sign up. I'll be giving away this strategy next week. How is that possible when you agreed to the debt, when you applied your signature to a car loan, for example? Bruh, like I need y'all to listen to words coming out of my mouth. I just said there's a case law, there's a lawsuit, there are courts that have ruled that if you are paying higher than what your state allows, the debt you don't legally owe the debt. I just read the case law. So if you it like guys, like I need y'all to comprehend consumer law. Stop telling me about what you think and what you did. It does not matter. The law says, and the case law says, and the lawsuit says that the CFPB got back $384 million. The CFPB sued this company and they got back $384 million because those companies charge consumer high interest rates in excess of the state maximum interest rates. Because of that, they did not legally owe the debt anymore. It's what's in the case law. So, if you want to believe that you agreed to some high interest rate, go ahead and believe that. Hey, not my problem, not my beef. But I'm going to let y'all know, for those of you who don't know, if you are paying high interest rates and if you're a part of the 17 states that has laws that says if you are paying higher interest rate than what your state allows, you do not legally owe this debt. It is law. It is right there in the case law. All right. So for those of you on here, I'm about to go, guys. It is almost midnight. I'm about to get out of here. For those of you on Instagram, drop the word challenge in the chat. If you want to be a part of the credit repair challenge going on next week, 5 days credit repair, drop the word challenge below. All right. So drop the word challenge in the chat if you want to be a part of the 5 day credit repair challenge going on next week. And here is the link. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, Twitch, there's the link. So for those of you that want to be a part of it, join it. For those of you that don't come. Keep your bad credit. Keep paying high interest rate. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. Because if you don't want to learn how to repair your own credit, then you keep your bad credit. Keep the charge off, keep the late payment, keep the student loan, keep all of it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Because if you can't show up to a class to learn how to do this stuff yourself, you might as well keep it. I don't want it. Keep it. You don't have to show up. But for those of you that wants to show up, if you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge for those of you that want to take and make a difference. Comment the word challenge. For those of you that are on YouTube, here is the link. For those of you that are on Facebook, Twitch, here is the link. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. My goal is to be up at 6:30 in the morning. I will see you guys then. But like I said, if you are paying interest rates higher than what your state allows, you might want to look into that, because if you're a part of the 17 state that has the laws that says that if you pay interest rate higher than the state maximum amount, you do not legally owe the debt. It is a law. It is right there. It's a case law. All right. And that's it for the night, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.